All right.
All right.
All right. So just going to bring the talented crew in and we'll be ready.
All right.
So you're a Star Wars fan, are you?
A little bit.
A little bit of a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I picked that up a few years ago, and when I'm out at running events, I usually bring it along. There's always another Star Wars nut who wants to put it on. So.
Okay, perfect.
Come on in. We don't bite too hard.
All right. There we go. All right, so we got our crew here. So,
All right.
hello. All right. So I just want to say hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is David Duggan. I'm the founder and president of NorthBorder Productions, an independent development company based here in Atlantic, Canada. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Clay Williams for Mood Disorder Society of Canada for taking the time to join us today, as well as our local musicians who have graciously agreed to put part of their discussion today. When I arrived at the New Glasgow Public Library today, I was preparing for an upcoming appearance on Canada's podcast. The original purpose of my meeting with Clay was to discuss storytelling, mental health advocacy, and the role that creative projects can play in strengthening our communities. As I sat here preparing, I could hear music being performed nearby. It struck me that while we often think of music, books, films, and podcasts and mental health advocacy as separate things, they are all connected by common thread: human connection. Every song tells a story, every book tells a story, every film tells a story. Even conversations about mental health are ultimately stories about people's lives, their struggles, their resilience, and their hope for the future. At NorthBorder Productions, our mission is to build Canadian stories from Atlantic Canada, whether it's adapting novels for films, television, developing documentaries, creating children's stories, or hosting conversations. Like this one, everything we do is rooted in the belief that stories have the power to bring people together. One of the projects currently in development at NorthBorder Productions is Hell of a Ride, an animated documentary inspired by the journey across Canada and centered on themes of mental health, grief, recovery, and hope. Through that project, I've had the opportunity to connect with organizations like the Mood Disorders Society of Canada and learn more about the incredible work being done across the country to support mental wellness. What I've learned is that healing really happens in isolation. People heal through relationships, they heal through community, they heal through conversations, and they often heal through arts. A song can reach someone in a way that a speech cannot. A story can help someone feel understood. A conversation can help someone realize they're not alone. That is why I wanted to bring today's discussion together. Clay bring the perspective of national mental health advocate. Our musicians bring the perspective of artists who connect with audiences through music. And I bring the perspective of a storyteller and entrepreneur trying to build projects that inspire meaningful conversations. Not simply to talk about mental health. My hope today is to explore how creativity, community, and storytelling can help us build stronger, healthier, and more connected communities. With that, I'd like to begin by asking everyone to briefly introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about their background, what brings them here today. Clay, perhaps we can start with you.
Sure. My name is Clay Williams. I live in beautiful Elmira, Ontario, not very far from Martin Bauman's place. He's a local boy. I'm a recently retired engineer. I just retired in February, and loving it. I highly recommend it. I've been a mental health, an avid, up until recently, also, an avid distance runner. That recently changed with some back and hip trouble. That's kind of changing what's going on. But along with that, running career has been a mental health advocacy career. I lost two brothers to suicide over the years, and my wife, my daughter, my oldest sister all struggle with depression. So that's the force behind the mental health advocacy on my side. What else about me? Yeah, I joined the Mood Disorder Society of Canada's board 3 years ago. Something worth noting about Mood Disorder Society is it is a group of staff and volunteers who share one thing, lived experience. So that's a really powerful connecting thing in the organization. Everyone, like you said, everyone has a story, and I did a podcast series a couple years ago, starting with the COVID year, and the tagline was "Everyone has a story, and everyone's story has value." And I strongly believe that. So I'm glad to have received the contact from David about telling your story. There's value in telling your story. There's value in hearing someone else's story.
Okay. I tell you your story? A bit about yourself?
Right in there, so you're a little closer to the microphone.
My name is Leah Morrison. I'm a recreation worker at Viola's Society, which is a homeless shelter here in Pictou County. And I think something that we do every day is advocate for people's mental health and well-being. It's a struggle, a daily struggle for a lot of folks. And so we're constantly providing support and encouragement for people struggling with homelessness.
Yeah, so my name's Andre Petitpas. I'm a full-time musician from Antigonish County as well. So I gather with this amazing crew once a month. We see how everyone's doing, check in with each other, and start writing songs as, like we talked about, an outlet, just a way to connect and get those frustrations out, get them on pen and paper and into a song so that we can reach wider audiences. I'm a touring musician, so I'm on the road quite a bit as well. So having opportunities like this to share stories, songs, share afternoons with people that are all different lights. They've been through different things than I, and we're all learning together on how to, just make the world a little easier for each other, finding resources. So given this opportunity today was really cool after writing a song about, finding a purpose, finding your lighthouse.
Nice. Awesome.
My name's George Fault. I'm a resident of Viola's place. I've been connected with Leah since I've been there. We've gone through courses together, and I've met Andre. I've heard about Andre for many years. You have quite a few friends down at that shelter. I've struggled with alcohol and drugs since I was 11 years old. I'm now almost 70 years old. I've been through abuse, but you know what? I'm living, and I'm living proof that you can, if you really want to, song and listening. I've been in detoxes numerous times in my life. I've been in mental health addiction centers for quite a few years. But right now I'm doing fine. And I love Viola's place.
I'm Mike White, creator of the Mike White Show.
Debut.
I'm a little different. I was away for a while, and while I was away, I became a mental health counselor in prison. And I'd just like to touch on a few things that there's not enough funding going to the prisons. You have one psychiatrist for 500 inmates. That's ridiculous. We got to get more counselors in there, train more people to be counselors. I don't think you need the psychiatrist. They just prescribe medications. You need somebody to listen. You need somebody to be there when, the psychiatrist can't. It's a lot cheaper too. And other than that, I like to sing and write songs. I like to be a comedic genius one day and do the Mike White Show live. So if you know anybody, keep me in mind. I'm just happy to be here. I love writing songs. I love singing. I'm just, having the greatest time today. And I really appreciate everybody here. And I'll pass.
Hi there. My name is Krista Ward. I am from Truro, Nova Scotia. I have been at Viola's for the last year. Since I've been there, I've struggled quite a bit with mental health. Our whole family, there's a stigma to this, but I am the product of it. So far since then, I have excelled quite a bit in my own peace of mind with an IT programming that I excelled at. I have an honors in healthcare and also a nurse. I'm working on psychiatrist, and I'm also the runner for Deputy Commissioner of California. I also struggle with having, social anxiety and stuff like that. But I realize that take a step back, and it's not so bad to find out who you are. That creates better friendships, better family, people in the community. I didn't think we're helping. They are certainly helping from coast to coast and continents, 3 all over. I see myself that I didn't see, and that was in novels, production, since I was a child. Yeah. Acting, creativity, artwork. And so far, I'm afraid of the future, but I'm excited as well. And I know that I don't have to, I have 3 children. I'm working on that as well with my own company, KDMN Operations, and we do a clothing line as well. And we also do trades. And yeah, so we'll see what the future holds here.